Wednesday in the 21st week of ordinary time. The words of St. Paul, which comes from our first reading, reminds me of my mother, who used to say, "If you do not want to work in the garden, you are not going to eat." Those days we did not see the meaning or the value in those words until now when we are grown up. Like St. Paul, she was giving us a good example to imitate, that we should not become idle, but we ought to work. And I think that's a life principle, that people should work. And this teaches us that we should not be totally dependent on others, but we should work to fend for our lives. This life principle is not only confined to our physical life, but it also applies to our spiritual life, that we should not become spiritually idle, but we should become spiritually active. We should not absolutely depend on others for our spiritual growth. These days, the number of Christians who are spiritually dependent is on the rise. Probably is because people are facing so many problems in their lives. Our spiritual approach when we face challenges is not to begin by asking for prayers or sharing our challenges, but our approach should be of committing ourselves to prayer. Pray for yourself first before you ask someone to pray for you. Let us run away from spiritual idleness, from spiritual sloth, from spiritual dependence. Let us learn to travel the distance between our knees and the ground. In every challenge, get down to your knees and pray. Do not ever underestimate the power of your personal prayer. Our blessed Lord, our great Master Jesus, demonstrated to Peter, John, and James in the Garden of Gethsemane that in face of any challenge, get down to your knees and pray. Do not absolutely depend on others for your spiritual growth, but learn to pray for yourself. Amen.